Once upon a time, in a deep, ancient forest where the trees touched the clouds and whispers of magic drifted in the wind, there lived a tiny black puppy named Muck. His fur was as dark and soft as midnight velvet, and his round eyes sparkled like twin stars. But despite his beauty and energy, Muck was all alone. He had no family, no friends, just the endless forest paths that wound through ferns and fallen leaves. Each day, Muck wandered, his little paws padding silently over mossy ground. He explored enchanted glades, sniffed at glowing mushrooms, and chased fluttering butterflies. Yet beneath his curiosity was a quiet sadness. The forest, no matter how magical, was vast and lonely. One day, as dark clouds gathered and the wind began to howl, Muck found himself caught in a storm unlike any other. Thunder cracked the sky, and a fierce flood began sweeping through the forest floor. Terrified and soaked, Muck ran blindly through the downpour, seeking shelter. Just as the storm seemed ready to swallow him, he stumbled into a hidden cave nestled between twisted tree roots. There, shivering and dripping, Muck tucked himself into the corner, and that's when he saw her. A soft, jade-green light began to glow in the darkness. From behind a rock, a tiny forest fairy appeared. Her name was Lumi. She was no taller than Muck's ear, with shimmering dragonfly wings and a warm, gentle face. Lumi's emerald glow lit up the cave like a firefly in a bottle. Without a word, she floated beside him, curling her little body against his to share warmth. The storm raged on outside, but inside the cave, a magical bond began to form. As lightning lit the entrance, Muck looked at Lumi, his eyes fierce with determination, hers wide with worry. Though he couldn't speak her language, something passed between them. Lumi touched her tiny hand to his nose, and in that moment, they understood each other. They were no longer alone. The days that followed were filled with wonder. Lumi led Muck to hidden springs, taught him to listen to the trees, and introduced him to secret trails that sparkled with forest magic. In return, Muck protected Lumi, carried her gently on his back, and guarded her as fiercely as a knight. But all magical stories must reach their final chapter. One golden morning, Lumi stood beside Muck at the edge of the forest. Her wings shimmered in the sunlight, and the wind carried the scent of blooming wildflowers. She turned to Muck, smiled softly, and raised her little hand to wave goodbye. Her journey called her elsewhere, to heal and protect other corners of the forest. Muck watched her go with heavy eyes, but also with a heart full of joy. He was no longer the lonely puppy of before. He had a friend, a story, and a light within him that would never fade. From that day on, the animals of the forest would sometimes catch a glimpse of a jet-black puppy walking proudly beneath the trees, his eyes glowing with courage, and if you looked closely, you might see a